Tabitha Brown just shared our story. Like, what? This is very unserious right now. I'm always gonna shoot my shot.
Please make some noise. Give me a sign. This can't be life.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Man, how to start this vlog because, oh my gosh, this past week, and it's only Tuesday, but Monday, my mind was blown. Stay tuned for how it was blown. I'm gonna show y'all exactly why. He's getting big. He's like really getting big. Like, look at him. He's getting big. My gosh. So I'm back in my office after walking Therion. There's nothing like listening to Real Housewives of Potomac or Atlanta when you're working. It just feels like white noise that I want to hear that makes me concentrate. I love those shows. Like, I can watch it and concentrate, and I can watch it and not concentrate. I love it. Anyway, I'm coming out with a new product and I am so excited, and I'm kind of doing stuff on the back end. You guys know, or if you don't know, I use Printful to basically be the third-party distributor for my products. I used to be the type where I was printing out my artwork and then shipping it out myself, and I did that like my first year. And then after that, I realized it's hard to have a lot of different options and a lot of different SKUs. It's hard to do that when you're the only one shipping it out. I looked and I searched and I found a drop shipping company. I've been using them ever since 2021, maybe like late 2021. And it's been great so far. I never really have any issues. And if I do have something, it's because maybe a mug cracked, but that's due to, you know, it going through shipping and things like that. But even that is pretty rare. So I still use them, and they have a calendar. And I thought to myself, man, I would love to do something like a calendar. I don't have anything like it. I have art prints, I have sweatshirts, I have pillows. Hold on, let me show you guys pillow. I have pillows, I have coffee mugs, I have notebooks. This is actually a dotted notebook. It's full, so I'm not going to show you guys all my details, but t-shirts, the coffee mugs I have coffee mugs. I have can shaped glasses, so cute glasses that you can drink. I drink my coffee out of this. But what I don't have is something like a calendar, something that you will use throughout the year. And I was like, oh my gosh, they have a 2026 calendar. Let me see if I can like work this out and figure out how it works and do it and create one. And honestly, they made it so easy to just insert your art. Of course, there's a lot of editing that goes on behind the scenes for that. So that did take some time and effort. But at the end of the day, definitely better than like starting purely from scratch, right? Decided to create it and play with it a little bit. And when I tell you guys, it came out so nice. Like, what? It looks so nice. Now, I created the cover of it in Canva. So I took a background, and I, of course, found some cute like Canva fonts that, you know, just trying out different fonts. And of course, this is pretty much my logo. My logo is usually stacked on each other, but this time I wanted to make sure it kind of took up the whole space. So this is the Winnie Weston 2026 calendar. The characters that I added, these are all the characters that are featured in the calendar. I took the illustrations that I had, of course, made them transparent backgrounds so that I only got the characters, and had to pretty much align them and figure out what works. So I wanted to kind of do something symmetrical, and I knew that I was using the couple right here. I wanted to put them in the middle because that would kind of be a little symmetrical, and then from there put an illustration here and here and kind of have them aligned so that everything looks pretty nice to the eye. So that's what I did. It is so nice. The cool thing is that with this calendar, this example that I have, or this sample that I have, it is a Monday, so the week starts on a Monday, but you can also purchase it with the week starting on the Sunday. I'm so excited for you guys to purchase. By the time this video comes out, it will already be live on my e-commerce website, which is winnieweston.com, so you can get it there. It's so cute. Look at the quality. I think that's what I always care about and worry about, is the quality. And when I tell you, drop shipping, you never know what you're gonna get, but with Printful, the drop shipping quality is perfection. It really is. Like, it's just simply perfection. So this will be available in my website, winnieweston.com. April. This is May. I wanted to make sure the men had a couple things that they could kind of point out and say, oh, okay, there I am. So for the Juneteenth one, for June, I have some men in there. Of course, for I think the April one, I had a man with a woman. And then for August, he gets his own, month, which is actually my birth month. It says blessed and favored. So I wanted to make sure I also picked illustrations that could leave you with an affirmation or encouragement. And blessed and favored is definitely like that's an affirmation for me. Oh, it's so good. And I have to tell you guys, I really haven't released anything new in a while. Like, I've released new collections that are just art prints, but I haven't released a new product in a second. I think the last new product that I released might have been, I released my pillows last year, 2024, in November. And then I think I released my can-shaped glasses, my additional drinkware, maybe after 2024, in November. It might have been like the beginning of 2025 or something like that. So it's been a while since I released something that I've been excited to create, that helped me kind of get out of my depression, sadness fog. It has been, your girl has been so depressed and sad. Like I mentioned before in my other YouTube videos about, you know, grieving timelines too. It had me really feeling sad and feeling depressed. That's the only way I can really say it. It's just made me feel kind of depressed. Especially on top of that, you know, we've been down here in Georgia for 2 years. And I actually need to do a video about that, of what I've learned so far and how I like it so far. But that's been a struggle in itself. Just trying to be a 30-something-year-old and make friends. Like, we don't talk enough about how difficult that is. When you are beyond college, grad school, if you work from home and you work by yourself, like I am the only one in my company. Of course, I do have an accountant, but obviously she is not in my company. Like, every day I'm meeting with her type of thing. And then on top of that, my husband and I are trying to have a baby, and that in itself is like, this is a lot going on. Like, I thought it was gonna be so much simpler than that. What's going on? So there have been a lot of things that have led me feeling just down and out and sad. But that leads me to story time that I'm gonna have with you guys. Whew, okay. I needed a little snack break. This story time. Okay. So, y'all know I was just telling you about how I've been depressed and sad. And it's been for many different reasons, the ones that I mentioned earlier. But then on top of that, one of them that I have not mentioned yet in this video, but you probably heard me talk about it, was the fact that we are in a recession. We are in an economy that is struggling. And so what does that usually mean for businesses, for small businesses? When you're talking about the tariffs that have been implemented, when you're talking about the political climate, when you're talking about the recession, the economy, just kind of like seeming like it's collapsing before our eyes, it means not so good news for small business, especially when you have a business that is not necessarily a necessity. Like, I don't sell things that you have to run back and buy from me because, oh my gosh, it's a necessity. Like, it's food, it's water, it's soap, it's lotion, like things that naturally when you use them, you want to replace them again very quickly because it's a necessity. You need it to survive. Now, some things, like some lotions, you don't need to survive, right? But I mean, if you want to look ashy, by all means, but a lot of times that's a necessity. My business is not a necessity. Winnie Weston is not a necessity. Winnie Weston is beautiful business. It is an encouraging business, but it is not something that, if you had to choose between food and buying one of my sweatshirts, you're probably going to choose food. And I understand, and I'm with you on that. I'm choosing the food. I'm not choosing, the sweatshirt or something that's not a necessity. But because of that, my sales have gone down. And I mean down. Usually before, I think I would experience when I did during a holiday or when I do a sale, I would experience a bump, in the years that I've been around. So 2020, 2021, 2022, even though I started to see it start to go tick down, but it wasn't as bad as now. I think I mentioned has affected my business with slow sales, even during times when it normally wouldn't be slow. It's just all around slow. So because of that, I have been really sad about it. It's my business. It is like my baby. It is something that I poured my heart and soul into. It is a business that's named after my grandfather, who I loved so much, so dearly, and I know he's with me. This is him. I literally have him in my office, just plopped up there. But this is my grandfather, who Winnie Weston is named after. And so knowing that it's so special to me, it makes me sad that I feel it is not successful like it was when it first started out. Which is hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, and it doesn't feel like it's getting better. So it's a little difficult. Anywho, the bright side for me, I would say before 2025, was the fact that I had, thank the Lord, sent me such a beautiful opportunity with Target, where I not only created a Black History collection for their 2024 Black History, I created a collection for them, and they sold art prints of mine. They sold 11 by 14 art prints of mine. They sold 5 by 7 art prints of mine in like a pack. And they also allowed me to create a paint by numbers. And so I had all these great opportunities. That was 2024 Black History Month, February. Then, of course, y'all know me, I'm a pitch, okay? I'm going to make sure y'all know that I have much more to offer. I have pillows, I have notebooks. And at that time, my pillows were not out yet. So I was really kind of trying to put them on in a way like, hey, I'm coming out with this, but it's not out yet. This could be a great opportunity. I have notebooks, So anyway, they reach back out to me and they say, hey, your collection in Target for Black History Month was so successful, and we love the pitch that you did for something else that you could have in Target. So they basically said to me, we want to do a notebook, and that will be in Target from 2024 to 2026. And your girl I was praising God. I cried. I just was so overwhelmed. As a girl who grew up wanting to be an artist, but of course life happening and it leading me to choosing a more stable career, being a talent recruiter at the Atlantic, and then finding her way back to what she originally loved, being an artist, an illustrator. When I tell y'all, I boo-hooed, I cried, I tears, right? Especially knowing that this opportunity came out of the blue, which for me meant God really orchestrated that. And so that made it feel even more special, because I felt like, wow, God, you really brought me back to myself. I felt like I lost myself and you brought me back to myself. When that all happened, I was so excited, and my family, my husband, my friends, you know, they all went to Target and bought things up. My online community, who I've been able to really just build with, Winnie Weston on my Instagram, they like showed up and showed out for me and Winnie Weston, and it meant so much to me. Then 2025 hit. So for and just to give clarity, the Black History Collection was only for end of January, all of February, and beginning of March. But the notebook I did with them was from 2024 to 2026. When I tell you 2025 hit, and we know what happened in January of 2025, so I'm not even going to mention it. But whatever happened in 2025 of January, it changed the scope of everything. The tariffs that were added, that were increased, the political climate that just exploded into something different. It felt like a shift that happened in the atmosphere in multiple areas. Already the economy was feeling a little weird, especially as a business owner. I'm always looking up like what's going on with the different businesses, with the economy, looking at the layoffs, looking at all that stuff like that. But it was feeling a little bit different this go round. And then when 2025 hit, it felt very different. That led to a lot of different companies going back on their DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. A lot of different companies decided to create an initiative that would help support and promote Black businesses, Black artists, Black everything. Target was one of those people. I was very thankful, of course, because number one, I love Target and I love shopping at Target. See them pair with such a strong initiative that benefits my people, my culture. I love you even more. But then when 2025 happened, they pulled back and they decided to get rid of the initiative. Initiative that I think a lot of different Black-owned business owners and brands benefited from. And I say benefit because it's harder for us to get in those retailer chains. It is harder for us. We are all oftentimes passed over. We are underestimated, all of it. So for us to get in those retail chains, it's a huge accomplishment. So when they decided to take that back at the beginning of 2025, my heart was broken. Number one, because business owners in Target did not know that that's what they were going to do. So that was heartbreaking because number one, y'all couldn't have called nobody. Y'all couldn't have wrote an email to let us know so we know. So when that happened, we received so many calls from people. I received DMs, text messages, calls from family, from friends, checking in on me. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, like I know you still have something in Target, the notebook. And how's that going to affect you? What's going on? So they want to know kind of like the ins and outs of how it works, especially for me. I am an art licensor. And side note, if you are a company and you are wanting to license my art out or license my art to use on a product or this or that, definitely reach out to me at hello@winnieweston.com. Just a little side note. I license my art out to Target. I work with their vendors to put it on different products, and I get a royalty fee from that, which has been beautiful. Because of what Target did in the Black culture, we're saying let's boycott Target because they clearly are bending the knee, and they should not be bending the knee. And one of the most prominent people, that is Jamal Bryant, pastor of New Birth here in Atlanta. He has been leading that charge of holding Target's feet to the fire and wanting to see change and wanting to see them restore their initiatives, because what they did takes opportunities from Black business owners. So I understood the boycott and I was like, yes, I get it. But at the same time, I also understood that unfortunately the Black owned business owners who are in Target get boycotted as well. And that means that their businesses suffer. That means that the Black people that you know, the friends, the family who happen to be in Target, right? Their businesses start to struggle because they don't have the foot traction that they did in Target when you were supporting their stuff in Target. So it became very complicated. It became very frustrating. And that led to my notebook having less sales. Now, I still get paid, but of course it's less than what would be the normal. So fast forward to today, which is in December 2025. I've been kind of dealing with that the whole time since Target made that decision late January. I've been dealing with just the repercussions of what they chose and what they decided. I decided to do a trending video, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do this trending video. And in the trending video, it's about, it says something on the text overlay that says, nobody talks about how hard it is to go from this, and the this in that moment is like you happy and you joyful, and you know you've accomplished something good and it's all good, you're happy. And then to go from this to this, the to this part is when it's the aftermath of something. It is the current state you're in. It is you kind of being sad about something. So in my case, I did the video showing me, you know, and my husband going into Target, seeing my art and my product at Target, like being happy, like showing my little, my greeting cards and everything. I was like so happy that day. And it cuts from that to me sitting here in my office, looking very sad, looking frustrated, looking overwhelmed. And so I post that. Number one, I kind of didn't want to post it because when I started in 2024, I decided I want to do more lifestyle content in addition to my art. I started posting on my Winnie Weston page, which used to be kind of more art focused. And you would see me on there, but not as much. And I wanted to change that. And when I did change that, I felt like I lost a lot of followers. And that really made me so sad. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to just posting the art, just anything with art, very little me. I'm scrubbing me. And now in 2025, all that I've been through and my husband and I have just grown through, I guess you could say, and what we've experienced with the grieving and the loss of our grandmothers and this and that, I decided to myself, I don't care about the algorithm. I don't care about the likes, the follows, the this, the that. I don't care about that anymore. Like, I have real things going on in my life where this is not very serious. Like, this is very unserious right now. I've started to share myself again. And I started to see my follower count tick down again. And I just was like, man, y'all really don't like seeing me, huh? But I realized that number one, there are a lot of things. It could be bots, it could be people who have just are not active on Instagram and therefore it's just going away. And also the other last thing, which is who cares? But I say all of that to say I was unsure about posting that video because two reasons. Number one, it's a very vulnerable video that shows that right now I feel very unsuccessful. That's essentially kind of what it's giving. The overarching theme of that is like, I felt very successful and happy before, and now I feel I'm not happy right now, and I feel very unsuccessful in my business. It's struggling, it's slow. So I didn't want to post it for that reason, the vulnerability. And then also because I felt like, oh man, like I'm losing followers because I'm showing more of myself in my life. But I woke up in the morning and it was like 8 something. I took Therion out, husband left for work. I decided to post it. And I just posted it. And I remember talking to God, man, Lord, what do you want from us in this season while we wait? While we wait for, buying a house, finding the right house for our family, while we wait and try for a baby, and that's taking longer than we thought, while I'm in this season of Winnie Weston being in a slow season and honestly feeling like it's on a decline. I'm going to be real with you guys. What do you want from me? What kind of content do you want from me? If you want me to do content creation, which I tried before, and I felt like people didn't really want to see it. If you do want that from me, what do you want me to talk about? What do you want from me? Insert that clip of Tyrese. I posted it, prayed, talked to God. Right after that, I just saw a flood of comments of people I know, people I don't know, people who are creative, people who are not creative, people who are business owners, people who are not business owners, come in my comment section of that video. So many people were encouraging me. They were telling their own stories and perspectives of how it is to be living in this moment and how a struggle it is. I felt like, man, Lord, I think you did answer my question. Now, of course, God isn't always going to answer it like, hey, Justine, this is what I want you to do, and it's going to be successful, and it's going to be this, and it's going to you're going to reach a lot of people, and encourage a lot of people. He doesn't, at least for me, he didn't answer it in that way. But I think the connection of community and us all coming together and saying, man, it's rough right now, that made me feel like, God, you answered my prayer. I post that, and my cousin, her name's Britta, lives here in Atlanta too. She is a fashion lifestyle content creator. She calls me on FaceTime and she's in tears. And I'm like, what happened? Her dad is my great uncle, who is my Nana, who passed away in February. That is her brother. So you have to know, I was very scared, and I was very like, okay, you're crying. What is going on? Is my Uncle Teddy okay? Who's her dad? And she was like, he's fine. Like, this is her. I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know you were going through. I didn't even realize the target, how the boycott could be impacting you and your stream of income. Like, yes, I know you have a wonderful husband, he provides for y'all, but like, still, I know, like, just like, it's just so sad. And I didn't realize that you were so impacted. And she was in tears. And so she says to me, I'm gonna get on live, and we're gonna do a live, and I'm going to stress it to my people, to my online community, to my friends, to my family. Like, we have to support you, Black-owned businesses. Like, this is a major thing. Like, she was so emotional that day. I just was like, whoa. And it just stemmed from that trendy video. Like, I didn't say anything in the video. I did say something in the caption that broke down exactly what I was feeling. At the time when she FaceTimed me, I looked a mess. And she was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, we're talking about being authentic. Like, we're talking about being real. And honestly, that's what I was praying to God and asking. Like, I want to be real. I want to show myself and who I am, because I think that's what makes my art even more powerful and my story more powerful, is when you know, I think, who the artist is, who the illustrator is, and you get to see their ups and their downs. It's not just up, it's also downs too. On the live, and she's crying there, and people are so supportive in the comments. They start shopping right then and there on my WinnieWeston.com website. After that, she posts the live and she tags Auntie Tabitha Brown. You know she's Auntie. Y'all know I love Tabitha Brown. I listen to her audiobook about product probably every week. Like, it's such, her story is just so beautiful, inspiring, encouraging. And on top of that, she's from North Carolina, where my nana and my grandpa are. And my grandpa, who's Winnie Weston's named after, my nana who passed away in February, she's from North Carolina too. So I felt a deeper connection with her because the North Carolina, like, we see each other. So she tags her, she tags Jamal Bryant, she tags Tasha Cobbs Nerd. So she tags a bunch of people. And when I tell you, Tabitha Brown, Miss Tabitha Brown, she reshared the video in her stories. Then she commented and said, hey, I'm praying for you, like, hang in there. And in the DM that I responded back, I write such a nice thing back, saying how she's encouraged me and I love her books, love her story, da da da. And I you know, again, like I said, I'm always gonna shoot my shot. Y'all shoot your shots, okay? So here I am, and I'm like, oh, I would love to send you something. I would love to send you some of my product. And she's like, okay, yes, definitely. And she gives me her address. Let me tell you, that night, I got on my little website and I was like, send her that, send her that, send her that. Like, I wanted to make sure I sent her things that I felt she would love, things that are colorful, things that, and I have a lot of colorful, like, my whole brand is really based on color, Black culture, encouragement, affirmation, just vibrant, and celebrating the brilliance of our Blackness. And so I was trying to decide, like, okay, what to send her, but I decided certain things to send her. One of the things I did end up sending her was the new calendar that I have, so hopefully she loves that. But could not believe that she shared it. I could not believe that she commented. Like, what? I was like on the floor, and of course I FaceTimed my cousin Britta back, and she was like in tears again. And I was like, Tabitha Brown just shared our story. And she was like, what? She was in tears the whole day, I think. That was exciting. And it was a reminder for me that God, he does see, he does hear. Even though, are things perfect right now? Are things fixed right now? No. Like, no. It was a reminder to me to keep going. And I think I needed that, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this season has been hard. I've cried just about every single day, just wondering where God is, feeling like, how could you let that happen? How could you let this happen? Where are you in the midst of this? And I felt like that was a moment, it was very clear. Number one, I think he was telling me, I need you to use your voice. I need you to speak. I don't care if people unfollow or follow. That's what I needed to hear. I was amazed. And then the next day, Tasha Cobbs Nerd, she reshared it. So when I tell you guys, I say all of this to say, not to brag or anything like that, because I did not expect any of that to happen. But I say all of this to say, you never know what could happen if you share your content. If you share your video, if you don't worry about the algorithm, if you don't worry about how it's perceived, if you don't worry about all this stuff, you don't know what God could do with that. And I think that was an example for me of do you see what happens when you just do it? When I say do it and you do it, and how that carried on to become something else? That's what I want you to do. You know, I feel like that's God reminding me of that. So I say this to you guys as I'm learning it right now in real time. Don't be afraid to speak. Do not be afraid to show who you are. And I'm speaking to the business owners, the artist girls, the business owner girls, guys, or people who are just afraid to speak online and afraid to connect with their community and share and be vulnerable. Don't let that fear stop you from doing what you feel like God is wanting you to do. I'm learning that still. I'm not saying I have it all together, because Lord knows I be having days where I be overthinking the heck out of stuff. Like, how's that gonna, I don't know. That's me. That is me. I'm a Virgo on top of that. So I'm like, I'm always doing scenarios in my head. And in that moment, I didn't do any scenarios and I just did. And I pray that we all can do that, especially in 2026, where I do think people want vulnerability. People want authenticity. They want the real. They want the real of what's going on with you. If you feel comfortable sharing, if you feel comfortable sharing a snippet, a little bit, a lot of it, they want that, especially with AI going on. I don't want to know you're a robot. I want to know that you are a human being. I want to know that it's not all together. I want to know, like, yeah, this is a low moment. And then I also want to know your high moments. And I think that makes your high moment even stronger when people know your low moments, when you know that stuff. So I'm working on being more vulnerable. I feel like I've done an okay job. I feel like I need to do even more of just sharing me. So I decided, I was like, you know what? On my Winnie Weston page, it's gonna be my art, but it's also gonna be me. And if you don't follow, you don't follow. Like, that's what it's gonna be. So I had to share that story with you guys, because when I tell you, Monday was popping. Like, from when I posted it, which was like 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, to like 10 o'clock at night, I FaceTimed like my cousin back, and I was like, yo, what is going on? Like, it was such a busy day. And on top of that, of course, I'm launching my calendar. So it kind of worked out like perfectly. But I pray for all of us in 2026 that we do things without fear, that we are obedient to God, that His requesting of our obedience is a stronger feeling than the fear we have of doing what He wants us to do. I pray that for us. I pray that we can be authentic. I pray we can be genuine. I pray we can share about our faith and like really build community. I done talked y'all's ear off. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We are growing and I'm so thankful and happy about it. Definitely subscribe if you choose to, and I'll see you back at the next video. Love you. Bye.